Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today we're going to talk about 15 different ways you can earn money as a photographer. Now I'm sure some of these methods and some of these ways you might already know and you might be aware of, but I do want to go over quite a few different methods that I use personally and some that you may not have heard of before that might be good for you and your business as a photographer. I think a lot of people get very hung up on the fact that they may not be getting clients or they may not be booking photo shoots. And for me, I always say this, and if you watch my channel regularly, you'll probably know that I always say, don't put all of your eggs in one basket. Try and diversify your income. So if things like coronavirus, for example, happens and you are not able to earn money necessarily doing photo shoots, then there are other methods that you can be earning an income and you can be supporting your business still. So let's get straight into the video and let's get into 15 different ways that you can earn money as a photographer. Keep in mind that not all of these methods will be suitable for you personally, but I hope that you can pick up some of these ways and maybe apply it to your own business in one way or another. So the first thing I want to talk about in terms of earning money as a photographer, a great way to do that is to sell prints. This does become a little bit more difficult sometimes if you are a portrait photographer, if you're a fashion photographer, something along the lines of photographing people, because you do need model release forms and not everyone is willing to sign that for print purchases, unfortunately. However, if you are a landscape photographer, if you're a travel photographer, product photographer, you should be able to do this with no worries at all. And selling prints is a great little way to add a little bit of extra income to your business. I'd highly recommend for any of those photographers in those genres to definitely consider this. Whether it be on Canvas, you can sell them online. You can use a lot of different sites like Redbubble online, especially to help sell those prints without too much hassle. That's a really good way to go about it. So that is my first tip. The second way you can earn money as a photographer is by writing an ebook or compiling a photography book. Now, what I mean by that is maybe a coffee table book. And to be honest, if you're any type of genre of photography, you could really compile a coffee table book or a photo book. And this would be a really good way to try and sell that. Sometimes this can be a slightly expensive exercise, so I feel that this might be something that's reserved for someone who is a little bit more experienced in the photography field and maybe someone who has already got a pretty good business running. I would recommend that. Ebooks are really great though. If you do have any particular skills with photography that you want to share with other people, a really good way is to write that up in an ebook and then to on-sell it. I feel that this can be done at any stage during your photography career. Even if you're not super experienced in the business world with photography or getting clients, if there's any skills that you know you're really good at and that you can share with the world, why not turn that information into an ebook? The third way you can make money as a photographer is by image licensing. Now this is very important for a lot of different genres of photography, particularly with travel photographers. They tend to use this method a lot and will often license a lot of their photos to people. Fashion photographers, beauty photographers, this is something that's very good for you also to license your images. Obviously, there needs to be model release forms and things like that intact though. But this is a really good way to earn some serious money from photography because you can also include some usage rates as well for how the client is going to use it and for how long. So definitely an important one to remember. The fourth way you can earn money as a photographer is by using stock agencies. So this is kind of similar to image licensing. Using a stock agency to upload your work though, I feel is for photos that maybe you've taken on a shoot that weren't your best shots necessarily, that you kind of want to offload somewhere else to make a little bit of extra money. This is kind of how I'd like to look at stock agencies overall, although a lot of travel and landscape photographers will use this and some of their best photos and upload through stock agencies that way. They do still need to be a very high quality of photograph to really get accepted into a lot of stock agencies and for people to want to purchase them. But I think this is a really great way to earn some extra cash on the side. If you've got a lot of photos sitting around that aren't doing anything necessarily, it's a great way to upload them and to make a little bit of extra cash. The next way you can make money as a photographer is by doing photo shoots. So this is an obvious one and I feel like most people would know this. However, this could make up a very good portion of your income, so it's important to make sure that you're putting your work out there as much as possible, that you're making sure that you're available and showing you're available to potential clients and that you're out there. And this is a really important one to make sure that you have as a staple of your business, obviously being a photographer, so I thought I should definitely include that one in there. Commercial photo shoots are generally going to bring in the most money in this sense, so definitely focus on reaching out to brands and things like that if you're in that kind of genre of photography to do so. The next way you can make money as a photographer is by having a blog and doing some blogging. So you can use this as a photo blog where you share your work, you can use it as an educational blog. You can really make it anything that you want. You can just have musings of what you think and feel about photography on a regular basis. It can really be anything that you want to make it. And the way that you would usually earn money from blogging is by using Google AdSense. So you can link that up with your site when you're blogging. So when people do actually visit your site and read your articles, Google AdSense will actually give you money for the amount of people that are coming to your site and actually clicking on the ads as well. So definitely something to consider if you are thinking about blogging is different ways to monetize it. And there are other ways to monetize your blog as well, keeping in mind. So that's a really great one if you enjoy writing as well as photography. The next method of earning money as a photographer would be retouching or editing. So you can retouch and edit for other photographers out there. If you feel like your retouching skills are quite good, this might be a really good thing for you to reach out to other photographers with and show them what you can do in terms of retouching. There are also agencies out there that will take on board retouchers to be a part of their agency, and it may be in the form of e-commerce retouching, it might be beauty retouching, commercial retouching, it could be a wide variety of things. So this is definitely a skill that I feel like a lot of photographers actually have themselves, and it is a great way to make quite a bit of money on the side as well. So I would definitely recommend for most people who do photography, if you've got pretty good retouching skills or you can improve on them and really get them to a stage where you feel like they're going to be pretty good, I would definitely jump on that. The next way that you can earn money as a photographer is by teaching or by holding workshops. So I know a lot of you out there really do like teaching other people and you like holding workshops, and this is a really, really good way to earn a bit of money for yourself, but also to share your own skills and styles with other people, and it's really rewarding in doing this too. So I find that this is a really good way to go if you are progressing with your career but you don't really know how to take that next step. Sometimes teaching other people can really help you fulfill your career also. So I would definitely recommend doing this. For anyone out there who's quite experienced that's not really sure on where the next step lies for them, this is a great way to go. The next way you can make money from photography is by creating calendars. So this is a really good option for actually a lot of different genres of photographers. I think that landscape, travel, once again, it's a really good way to help get your images out there, and maybe pet photographers, even fashion photographers. If you were to make a calendar, that could be a really cool way for you to make a bit of extra money. So that's definitely something to keep in mind as well. Not suited to everyone. I know everyone's not really going to want to make their own calendar, but it's definitely an extra option for making money. The next method of making money is actually by getting sponsorships. Now, sometimes this is kind of something that you may have to wait to be approached by, but I also think there's an option to pitch to brands as well. Sponsorships tend to come along once you've been around maybe for a little while and you've gotten your work out there, and maybe brands take notice of what you're using. Maybe a brand of camera bag that you're using might contact you because you're using that brand and see if you want to do like a paid social post or something like that with them. And I think there's no better way of collaborating with brands like that, especially if you use their products and you really know and love them very much. This is something that many photographers can do at lots of different stages of their career. I think it's really important with this method to have a strong social presence though, and to be consistent, and that way hopefully brands will really take notice of your work and really be seeing that it's going to be worthwhile to contact you and to potentially offer you a sponsorship. The next method is actually a very easy method of making a little bit of extra money as a photographer, and that is by affiliate marketing. So very much similar to sponsorships in a way, but it's kind of like to a lesser extent. So affiliate marketing tends to be sharing links maybe from your social platforms to your audience. And what happens is when other people click on those links or they buy from those links, you will get a commission of what they buy. So that's another really good way to promote things that you know and love to use as a photographer and help share them with others. And it's really no extra cost to anyone else if they do click on the links. This is a method that I really do use quite often because it's a great way for me to share with you guys what gear that I actually use, and it helps support my channel, it helps support my business. So I think that's another really great way to go with affiliate marketing, and to look into that further if you're a photographer. So the next way is content creation, and content creation I feel like should have had a different category to photo shoots, because content creation could be a bit of product photography, it could be video, and it could be things that don't really fit into the photo shoot category. It could be things that you can easily do from home. So content creation, when I'm speaking about that, could really be for social media in particular, and specifically Instagram is a really big way to show content creation these days. And a lot of brands out there will be really after people, and photographers in particular, that can do lots of different content creation, and maybe even incorporating video into that. So that's another way that you can really earn some extra money on the side. The next way to make money as a photographer is YouTube. And I highly recommend this way because not a lot of photographers take YouTube into consideration when it comes to their business. I think it's hard for a lot of photographers because they might get stuck on the fact of, well, what do I do on YouTube? How do I start a channel, and what do I actually upload to it? And it can be anything. It could be your behind the scenes from photo shoots. It could be different skills that you could share with other people. It could be challenge videos. There's a lot of different fun and exciting ways that you can use YouTube as a photographer. It just involves thinking outside the box a little bit. And it's a really good platform to help lift your business and to really get in front of other brands as well out there for a lot of the other things that we talked about, like affiliate marketing and sponsorships in particular. So I would highly recommend, if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, and especially in 2020 when we're all kind of sitting at home in our houses and not able to get out as much, I think YouTube's a great way to go. The next way that you can make money as a photographer is if you have a photography space or a photography studio that you can rent out to people and rent out to other photographers or student photographers. Not everyone will be able to use this method and not everyone's going to have a studio, but a lot of people, maybe particularly in cities, if you've got a space or an area that you can use or rent out as a studio, I'd highly recommend to do so because it can end up being very good money if you're able to do this. Obviously, there are a lot of things to take into consideration, like insurances and things like that too, to make sure that your equipment and everything in a studio is insured before you go and let other people use it. But it's definitely something I recommend. If you do have a studio, why not rent it out? It's another really good source of income that you could be having for your business. And the last method of earning money as a photographer that we've got today is selling presets. So this is something that anyone can do. A lot of people out there are very against buying and selling presets, but I actually love it because I do sell them myself, but also because I always felt that buying presets when I was a lot younger helped me understand color grading a lot more in Photoshop, and it helped me understand a lot of things with layers and adjustment layers and how those color combinations actually work. You're actually physically seeing what someone else has created to get a different color grade or to get a different look with an image. So I felt that it was always something that really helped me learn how to color grade very well as a young photographer. This is also another really good way of making money for yourself, and if you can make some really cool color grades that you want to share with other people, then it's definitely something to take into consideration and sell them online. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope these tips and these methods helped you out and helped you get thinking a little bit more about how you can earn an income from your photography business. I've been wanting to do this video for a little while because I feel like it's fun to look at all the different ways that you can be earning an income from photography. It doesn't just have to be so cut and dry with getting clients and getting photo shoots. There's lots of different ways that you can help piece that puzzle together with your income. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please subscribe, as I'll have lots more content in the coming weeks. And thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you in the next video.